The year is 1888, a time of great change and upheaval where the old world meets the new. The Industrial Revolution has transformed cities, bringing with it both progress and peril. The place is London, England, a sprawling metropolis teeming with life and brimming with contrasts. The grandeur of its architecture stands in stark contrast to the squalor of its slums. A dense fog hangs over the city, cloaking its streets in an eerie silence. The gaslights flicker dimly, casting long shadows that dance on the cobblestones. It's a city of mystery and intrigue, where the fog seems to hide secrets in every corner. This is Whitechapel, a district known for its poverty and despair. Here, the streets are narrow and the buildings are crumbling. It's a place where hope is scarce, and survival is a daily struggle. Life here is hard, filled with struggle and uncertainty. The people of Whitechapel live in overcrowded conditions with little access to basic necessities. Disease and crime are rampant and the future seems bleak, but a new kind of darkness is about to descend upon Whitechapel. A terror that will etch its name in history. Jack the Ripper. This shadowy figure will bring a reign of terror that will leave an indelible mark on the city. He emerges from the shadows, a phantom preying on the vulnerable. His presence is felt even before he strikes, a chilling reminder of the dangers that lurk in the darkness. His victims, women struggling to survive in the unforgiving streets, become tragic figures in a terrifying narrative. They are often the most vulnerable, living on the margins of society, trying to make ends meet in a world that offers them little protection. They are mothers, daughters and sisters, their lives cut short by an unknown hand. Each victim has a story, a life filled with hopes and dreams, now reduced to a grim statistic in the annals of crime. The city holds its breath, gripped by fear and uncertainty as the spectre of Jack the Ripper haunts their lives. The once bustling streets are now filled with whispers and paranoia, as everyone wonders who will be next. The fear is palpable, a dark cloud that hangs over London, refusing to dissipate. The first whispers of the Ripper's name begin to circulate through the foggy streets of Victorian London. It all starts with the brutal murder of Mary Ann Nichols, a woman whose life was cut short in the most horrific manner. Her death marks the beginning of a series of gruesome killings that would leave an indelible mark on the city. The brutality of her murder is shocking even to the most hardened police officers of the time. Mary Ann Nichols' life, like those of the victims who followed, ends in a grotesque tableau of violence. The dark alleyways of Whitechapel become the stage for these horrific acts. The sheer brutality of the crimes shocks even the most seasoned police officers. They are unprepared for the level of savagery they encounter. The Ripper's calling card becomes his gruesome mutilations, each more horrifying than the last. His victims bear the marks of his madness, a chilling testament to his deranged mind. Each victim is found with terrible injuries, their bodies mutilated in ways that suggest a deep-seated rage and a twisted sense of purpose. The murders continue, each one as horrifying as the last. Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes and Mary Jane Kelly all fall prey to the Ripper's blade. Their lives are brutally ended, leaving a trail of fear and sorrow. The streets of Whitechapel become a hunting ground for the Ripper, and the community is gripped by terror. The fear is palpable, and the sense of dread grows with each new victim. The precision of the mutilations suggests a killer with an almost anatomical knowledge, someone who understands the human body in a way that is both chilling and methodical. The streets of Whitechapel run red with the blood of the innocent, and the foggy nights become a cloak for the Ripper's heinous acts. The city trembles under the weight of his unspeakable acts, and the name Jack the Ripper becomes synonymous with fear and violence. The legacy of his terror continues to haunt London to this day. Scotland Yard, London's police force, faces immense pressure to catch the killer. The murders become a source of national shame and fear. Detectives struggle to find clues in the darkness, hampered by the limitations of their time. The fog that shrouds Whitechapel becomes a metaphor for the mystery itself, obscuring the truth and hiding the killer from justice. Each new murder adds fuel to the fire of public outrage and fear. The pressure mounts on Scotland Yard, pushing them to the brink. Despite their tireless efforts, Jack the Ripper remains elusive, a phantom disappearing into the fog after each horrific act. Fear becomes a constant companion for the people of Whitechapel. Women, especially those living in poverty, live in terror, afraid to walk the streets alone. The murders spark a wave of fear and distrust that spreads throughout London and beyond. Rumors and speculation run rampant. Every stranger becomes a suspect, every shadow a potential hiding place for the Ripper. The press, hungry for any scrap of information, publishes sensationalized accounts of the murders, further fueling the public's morbid fascination and growing paranoia. The Ripper's reign of terror transforms Whitechapel into a stage for a macabre spectacle, drawing curious onlookers and reporters alike. Section 5. The Ripper's Shadow. Lasting impacts on society. The crimes of Jack the Ripper cast a long shadow, forever changing the way society viewed crime and punishment. The brutality of the murders and the Ripper's ability to evade capture exposed the vulnerabilities of Victorian society. The case spurred advancements in forensic science as investigators sought new ways to track down criminals. The Ripper's crimes also forced people to confront the plight of the poor and the dangers faced by women in Victorian England. The murders served as a stark reminder of the social inequalities of the time, highlighting the vulnerability of those living on the margins. Section 6. The elusive phantom, Jack the Ripper's enduring mystery. Despite a massive investigation and numerous suspects, Jack the Ripper's true identity remains unknown. The lack of a definitive answer continues to intrigue and frustrate, making the case one of history's most enduring mysteries. The Ripper's ability to vanish without a trace has only added to his legend, cementing his place in the annals of criminal history. The mystery of Jack the Ripper transcends time, continuing to fascinate and horrify people around the world. Theories abound, pointing fingers at various individuals, from doctors to royalty, each theory adding another layer to the intricate tapestry of the case. Section 7. Unmasking the monster: modern theories and investigations. Even today, over a century later, the case continues to spark debate and investigation. Modern-day detectives armed with new technology and forensic techniques revisit the evidence. DNA analysis and criminal profiling offer new clues and potential breakthroughs. Despite these advancements, the Ripper's true identity remains an enigma, a puzzle that may never be fully solved. Books, documentaries, and films keep the case alive in the public imagination, each offering a different perspective on the murders, the victims, and the elusive killer. The mystery of Jack the Ripper serves as a reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the shadows and the enduring power of unsolved crimes. Section 8. The Ripper's Legacy: a warning from the past. The story of Jack the Ripper is more than just a macabre tale of murder. It's a chilling reminder of the vulnerability of innocence and the fragility of peace. The fear that gripped London in 1888 serves as a warning, reminding us that even in the bustling heart of a modern metropolis, darkness can prevail. By remembering the victims and seeking justice for their tragic ends, we acknowledge the human cost of such horrific acts. The Ripper's legacy serves as a stark reminder of the need for vigilance, for protecting the vulnerable, and for never allowing such darkness to take root again. Section 9. Join the hunt: the unending quest for justice. The case of Jack the Ripper is far from closed. Despite the passage of more than a century, the identity of the infamous killer remains shrouded in mystery. Each clue, each piece of evidence only deepens the enigma. It remains an open wound, a testament to the enduring power of mystery. The streets of Victorian London, once bustling with life, now echo with the whispers of unsolved crimes. The fear and intrigue that gripped the city during those dark days still linger in the air. It's a story that beckons us to delve deeper, to sift through the evidence and confront the darkness. The meticulous work of countless detectives, historians, and enthusiasts has kept the flame of this investigation alive. Each new theory, each new discovery brings us one step closer to the truth. It challenges us to seek answers, to unravel the truth, and to bring a sense of closure to a story that has haunted generations. The quest for justice is not just about solving a crime, it's about understanding the human condition, the depths of depravity, and the resilience of those who seek the light. The hunt for Jack the Ripper is a journey into the heart of human darkness, a quest for justice that continues to this day. It's a reminder that some mysteries are not easily solved, and that the pursuit of truth is a noble endeavor, even when the answers remain elusive. Join the hunt, explore the evidence, and perhaps you might be the one to finally unmask the monster in the shadows. The story of Jack the Ripper is not just a tale of horror, it's a call to action, a challenge to all who dare to seek the truth in the face of overwhelming darkness.